Good morning, fellas, and welcome to the mid-season review number 5, I think. That was one of my favourite videos of all time, up there with Dave's recording of Abdi walking out of the toilets at Lordswood. Mikey, Cleve, Tom, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, moving on. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're going to do Ben and Mikey today. They are sitting in sixth and fifth respectively, only separated by goal difference, just 6 points from Ashtown. So let's have a look. Go Ahead Bugles, managed brilliantly by Brendan Rodgers, Connor Cody as the captain. What a terrible pick that was. And Luis Suarez as vice captain. Let's see if Connor Cody's actually played any games. He has. He started 3 and made 6 sub-appearances. Who brings... Wow, I thought he could only play centre-back, but apparently he can play midfield. Didn't know that. I was going to say, who brings on a centre-back 6 times as a sub? But maybe he's been brought on in central midfield. In fact, that's where he has been playing in these new tactics, given that Ben's had a bit of an injury crisis in midfield. Gundogan is out for the season, if I recall. Pretty much out for the season. And then I think he had someone else injured who's maybe back now or banned possibly. Anyway, Pulisic is also out. That's quite a long one as well, so 5 to 8 weeks. Ederson's been suspended. It's not too much of an issue because Claudio Bravo is really rated on this game. And as you can see, he's only played 2 appearances, 2 subs as well, but he's had a 7 rating, so not much of a drop off. In fact, if you look at this, 11 appearances for Ederson and a 6.49 rating, that's pretty shocking. That will be dragged down by his red card. I'm just thinking, has he had 2 red cards? No, just the 1 red card. Don't know why he got subbed off twice though, or at least Bravo subbed on twice. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit now. Let's look at the average rating. There's a hell of a lot over 7, which is always a good sign. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, 9 players averaging over 7. Actually, let's call that 7 because it's silly to include Bravo and Danny Ings, but still 7 players over 7. Really, really good. Puskas and Suarez leading the way, so Ben's Rest of the World and Legend picks did the job, or are doing the job. Did he fail with anyone? Did he mess up? Yeah, just really the Ederson pick. It was poor. Hudson-Odoi, not really doing much, but most of his appearances have been on the bench. And Pulisic hasn't done that great. But apart from that, some really nice ratings. Alderweireld doing a lot better than I thought he would do, actually. And Van Dijk actually doing better than Van Dijk, who I believe was his first pick. Correct me if I'm wrong with that one. In terms of goals, 5 for Suarez, 4 for Puskas. It feels like Puskas has scored more than that, but maybe that's just some form of cognitive bias influencing my memory. Assists, we've got Torreira on 3. He's probably taking in set pieces though, which might explain that. Suarez and Pulisic on 2. Look at the tactics. It was 4-5-1, quite a defensive 4-5-1. Which, when you've got Kante and Torreira in midfield, kind of explains that. I don't know what else he could do with Gundogan and Pulisic out. There's not many other options he has, to be honest. Maybe Harvey Barnes, but Harvey Barnes is more of a winger. Anyway, look at the Fantrax form. The schedule actually started really, really well. 4 wins and a draw from the first 5. Quite a bit of a hiccup since then. We're going to watch him against Dons in a few days' time, so we'll see if, this is really up and down here. Win, draw, loss, win, loss in the last 5. So we'll see. This is, he's only 6 points off top. He's got a good team. Average rating's good, so potentially fighting for the title. But that's about it, I think. I've managed to talk for 4.5 minutes on Ben. Apologies for that. Let's go to Mikey and see what Mikey's got. Managed by Sir Alex, captain Luka Milivojevic, John Stones as vice captain. Let's see his average ratings. So compare that to Ben. Ben had 7 over 7. He's only got 6, although he's got Yuri Tielemans, Mason Mount, Fabianski and Ben Davies all doing very well as well. Anyone who's just not performing, only really Captain Milivojevic, 8 starts, 3 sub-appearances and 6.68 rating. But apart from that, no one performing poorly. Stones could be doing a little bit better as well. But the majority of his team, if we look here, so most of his starters are performing quite nicely, especially Sadio Mane, 7.50, 3 goals and 2 assists, sorry. Then Pele, 7.60, Aaron's favourite player, 6 goals, 3 assists, and Mbappe, who's got 7.39 rating, 6 goals and 4 assists. So if we look at this formation, that front three has been absolutely smashing things. Mount's been doing all right. Ooh, what was that thing? That's interesting. Never noticed that. I've been distracted by that new feature that I've just found. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so going forward, they look really good. And actually, defensively, Matt Doherty's playing very well. Maguire's playing well. Stones, not too great, but Ben Davies and Fabianski. So Mike's actually looks like a really solid team right now. Not too many issues. I don't think he's had too many injuries, which will be interesting. However, said that, if he does get an injury, he's still got Lacazette on the bench. And Pedro's rated on this. So I think the only thing that he's got to worry about, I guess, is an injury defensively. Because he doesn't actually have much. If we sort this by position, he really doesn't have much cover defensively. He's got Dendoncker, I guess, who can play centre. But not much else. So that'll be interesting to see. Any injuries to the back line, he could be in trouble. But he could also be up there if he doesn't, because he's got a lot of good players, and you need good players in every position in order to win the league. He started a little bit slow, 2 draws, 2 losses in his first 4. But then if you see this, so from the last 9 games, 6 wins, 3 losses, 0 draws. So it's all or nothing for Mikey. But that is some good form over the last 9. If he does that again, he'll definitely be up there. The 3-1 loss last time out to Jesus Walks, that'll hurt. That's pretty much it. He's got Tap and Can next. That's a pretty big game because Tap and Can are no mugs. And then 2 big home games against the fellas. So yeah, that I think is pretty much it. Don't know if there's anything else to look at. Yeah, all good then, I think. I will be back tomorrow with Jesus Walks and FC Adelaide. Hope you have a good day, fellas, and I'll see you tomorrow.